Hey there, what's going on everybody? My name's Dr. P, and today what I've got for you is another Fortnite video talking about the storyline, what's going on with the volcano. Today we have new evidence, new stuff to talk about and show you regarding what's going on here in the future with the helicopter and the volcano. Make sure you stick around to the end, guys, because this is crazy. Make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you're new, I'd really appreciate that, and huge shout out to these guys and everyone in the Fruit faction using my supported creator code. Remember, if you want to be featured in the next video, just send me a screenshot on Twitter. So Fortnite has announced a new LTM that's coming to the game very soon with the next update, and it's actually called The Floor is Lava, and as you can see by this preview screenshot, it's pretty much exactly what you might imagine, and it's pretty much evident right there that the volcano is going to erupt, because where else would the lava come from? The official description of the mode is get to high ground or build above the lava that's overtaking the island. I know it's only an LTM, but I wonder if that could foreshadow what's actually going to happen later in the season. Is it possible we could have lava completely overtake us, and then that takes us to Season 9? I would say that would be a great transition if they were to ever consider making a new map. It would be a great time to do it with this volcano, and the lava taking over the map is perfectly logical for that situation. I'm personally really excited to see how that LTM is going to even play out and what the premise of it is, and how exactly the lava takes over the map. I'm definitely going to be playing this LTM. It looks really cool. So currently, as it stands right now, the helicopter has moved very close to Frosty Flights, kind of on this hill, next to the submarine actually. Now the interesting part is, of course, as it approaches Snobby, I didn't think the telescope would still be in that area. It's not. It's looking kind of in the middle of the map exactly. If you go and look at the reflection in the telescope though, it's changed. It's not the same reflection as it had been previously, and it makes sense. It can't be, because it's looking in the other direction this time. I'm trying to make out what that reflection is and what it could be looking at on the map. I can't exactly come to a conclusion, but it's definitely somewhere in the middle. After looking at this for a while, I said, wait a minute, you know what? I've seen this reflection, this image before, and I'm very confident that it is the same image that we all saw inside of the rift underneath Wailing Woods. You guys remember back in Season 6, everyone saw like this castle inside of the perma rift underneath Wailing, and I don't know if it is a castle. It kind of looks like it at certain angles, kind of doesn't at other angles, but nonetheless, this is the reflection that was inside of the rift. That same image is now on the telescope that is inside of the helicopter. The thing that really sells it for me and makes me think it is the same image is mostly due to that giant rock, giant mountain right in the middle with the splitting paths. It almost looks like just an extremely zoomed out version of that exact image that's a little more clear to see. It's definitely close enough to, at least talk about it, and it makes completely perfect sense, because where was that rift? In the Wailing Woods bunker, that laboratory. Who was the laboratory set up by? One can assume the Fortnite government. And now we think we see the same reflection we saw in the rift, again inside of a telescope reflection, of course, in a helicopter being driven by, we assume, the government. So it's really interesting how that all kind of plays out and works out perfectly. I definitely feel like the party responsible for the helicopter is also the same party responsible for that lab that was underneath Wailing Woods. That just makes complete sense, and it makes sense why they would even come to the island at this point right now. Of course, with Season 8, that laboratory was removed because the volcano came out of nowhere and just ripped it up. Now that their lab is gone, they want to scope out the area and see what's up because, like I said, they don't have anything on the island anymore. It's funny how just a week or two ago when the helicopter first showed up, we had no clue what was going on. To be fair, we still don't really know for sure, but we're getting a lot of strong grasps on a lot of possible ideas, and we're getting closer. Like, we are definitely formulating some possible and honestly very likely situations. I think it's very safe to say the people that are piloting the helicopter were also the same people responsible for the lab under Wailing. I also think it's safe to say in the Floor is Lava LTM, the volcano is going to erupt. Now, I don't know if that's going to affect the main storyline in any way. I would suspect not, because it's simply an LTM, but if it erupts in this LTM, that'll give us a good preview of how it's going to play out later in Season 8 when it actually does erupt for real. Check out this image courtesy of Grubby Track over on Reddit. He said, "I found this at the start of Season 8. This picture shows water flooding over." Interesting. So if you look at the picture, the painting, whatever you call it, it clearly shows the volcano and it shows water engulfing the surrounding area. At first glance, you might just think, well, it's a random picture in the game. It doesn't really mean that much, like it's just a picture. But this is the kind of thing Epic does consistently. They've always put in these little hints, Easter egg paintings in their game that hint toward what's coming later. I mean, for example, a couple seasons ago, there was this big rumor that we were going to get some kind of a Wild West theme or cowboy theme for the next season, and this picture was just sitting in all sorts of different parts of the map for so long, just hanging up on the walls in random buildings. Sure enough, that next season we get Paradise Palms, which was really close to what we guessed. So now back to this image. It shows the map getting consumed by water. You can also see that there is a lot of smoke coming out of specifically the top of the volcano, hinting at a future eruption. Now, there's something kind of strange in the top left-hand corner, and I'm not sure what it is. Maybe you guys can help me out a little bit, but take a look inside of this circle. There's definitely something right there. It almost looks like some kind of monster crouched down, ready to pounce. I don't know. Maybe some kind of sea monster. We've been talking about a kraken coming into the game. Obviously, it would fit the whole pirate theme, and there are a lot of signs to suggest that could happen. I think this picture is unbelievably fascinating. It is telling us a story inside this painting, whether you think so or not. If you were wondering where the picture actually is in-game, it's in one of the smaller houses near Lazy Lagoon, actually. So the placement of the picture in relation to the volcano, obviously very big. You can even see a good part of Lazy Lagoon inside of the image itself, so it would make sense you could find it there. I want to talk about this for a second to end the video because it's astonishing. It just came out recently that Fortnite has gone past 250 million users and has hit a new concurrent player base record. That is insane. I remember when they broke the concurrent record when the rocket event was going on, and then I think they broke it again for the cube event or something like that. You might think Fortnite peaked a long time ago. I remember when I first started playing in late 2017, early 2018, Fortnite was so popular. Like, it was crazy popular. Everyone was playing it. It's still got a lot of people playing, but it seems like a lot of that hype has died down. I mean, don't get me wrong, still so popular, obviously, but I never thought it was still on that level. But what do I know? Literally, they just broke a concurrent player base record, and they did it without even having a real event. When and if this volcano erupts, and like if they make this into a big in-game event and plan it right, they could easily break that record again, I have no doubt. There are a lot of people who don't play Fortnite but are still interested in the events and what happens in the game because the events are so awesome and they're unique and there's nothing like them in all of gaming. You've got at least 1 million plus people watching this thing happen live in game and just waiting to see how it affects the map and how it affects the storyline. It's been a while since we've actually had a really cool storyline event. The last one we had was the Marshmallow event, and like I said, that just did not relate to the storyline at all. It was purely for fun. It was awesome, but it had nothing to do with the storyline, and I was kind of missing that part. You know, me, of course, being a YouTuber that focuses on the Fortnite story, yeah, I kind of want to see some updates and developments, if you know what I mean. Make sure to leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. Are you excited about a possible eruption? What do you think about the picture I showed you on the wall in the lagoon? And what do you think's up with this helicopter? I mean, it's up to some real fishy business here, just kind of stalking out the map and spying on us. Everything's connected, and it's funny, the more I think about it, literally, all of this happened because the visitor decided to come to our planet, or our island, inside of the comet. That is like the single thing that really sparked the Fortnite storyline. Before Season 3, there wasn't really much of one, but wow, they really kicked it up a notch late Season 3 by putting that comet in the sky. I remember it just like it was yesterday. Everyone thought Tilted was going. What a time to be alive. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Until then, guys, peace out.